Throughout the pandemic, so many of the senior programs had to be cut for safety concerns. And a lot of our seniors rely on that for them to be able to get out and interact with other people. And, a lot of them went virtual, but we do know there are some seniors that maybe aren't real tech savvy, and virtual's still just not the same. So it's great to hear that the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department is going to be bringing back some of their operations for our seniors. Let's bring in Heidi Russell. She's the Senior Operations Coordinator over at the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Commission. And Allan Mindell, he's with the Realty Centers. But Allan, you're also what? Should I say you're a volunteer?
Oh, yes, I'm a volunteer for sure. Yep.
Well, you have a cool virtual background there, and if you're selling a house and if you can get it to me on a deal, I'll move in.
Okay, not a problem. Deals are hard to come by right now, though.
They very much are, but I would love to live in that house. I will tell you that. But unfortunately, my salary just now doesn't quite cut it, Allan. So we'll just
mine either.
But Allan, hey, how'd you get involved in this?
Oh, in the senior resource group?
Yeah.
You're welcome. You can join right now. We'll sign you right up. Seriously, it's that easy. Anybody can join you have to be a member of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. And that is, I guess, one of the major criteria. But after that, all you have to do is contact myself, Suzanne Levine, who's the executive director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. And I suppose you could even call Heidi. So it's not that difficult.
So we
welcome anyone and everyone.
With that, Heidi, if we can go ahead and bring you into the conversation, you're the Senior Operations Coordinator for the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Commission. Tell us more about the Senior Resource Group for those that maybe aren't familiar with the group.
Well, the Senior Resource Group is a subset of the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, and these are all chamber members who are in businesses that relate to seniors. So it could be anyone from a senior housing community, it could be a hospital, it could be someone like Allan who is a realtor, all different types of businesses that are help support seniors.
And so with that, what's it been like over the past year?
Well, it certainly has been an interesting challenge, as you were mentioning, that we did a lot of virtual programming, and now we are able to transition, and we're doing some outdoor programming at a space behind the recreation.
Heidi, I think your video froze up on you there just for a minute. So we'll go ahead and bring Allan back into the conversation. And with that, Allan, tell us about some of the upcoming program. Are you hoping that our seniors can gather in person once again?
Yeah, that is the plan. Heidi, are you back up? Yeah, that's the plan. We are
the tented space, but we are able to
Heidi's talking.
That's okay. So we're sorry. And this has sometimes happened. We're more than a year into this virtual land, as we like to call it. And we know that sometimes a Wi-Fi connection can do, funky things with someone's signal. And typically it has to do when people start to talk and move around.
Yeah.
It will freeze up on them. So do we have Heidi back?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Heidi, there you go.
So
do you want to go ahead and, I'm sorry, do you want to go ahead and finish what you were saying?
I guess we lost her.
Allan, you seem to have the stronger signal.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So,
Hear me? Ready?
Okay. Let's go ahead and Heidi, we're going to work with you behind the scenes to try to see if we can figure out your signal a little bit. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and go over to Allan. And Allan, if you want to pick up that question, exciting this summer. It feels so much different than last summer, right?
Oh, it was great. We've already had 2 in-person live senior resource group in cooperation with West Bloomfield Parks. we've had 2 talk times. One was in May. We had our second one just last week in June. In as Heidi was saying, it's in a tented structure that the West Bloomfield Parks had created behind the Recreation Activity Center in the Civic Center off of Walnut Lake Road. So we have this big tented area. They've set it up so that everything is social distanced, and at this point now we know that masks are definitely optional. I don't know what West Bloomfield Park's position is right at the moment, but I think it's loosening up. So we had last month, it was great, Ronnie, it was great. We had a pharmacist he was a PharmD from Henry Ford. He spoke on, getting the seniors their dose. He had more. It was so engaging. We had more questions than I had seen ever in a talk time. It was fantastic. The seniors that attended were engaged. They asked a lot of questions, and then after the pharmacist, we had a certified yoga therapist who actually did and involved the seniors in chair yoga. Which was, I did it. It was really great. It was a lot of fun. And then next month, we're back in the tent on July 21st. Anybody can register, and if Heidi can talk about how they can do that through the West Bloomfield Parks. It's not that difficult. You can do it online. We have a physical therapist next month. We have the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society. They're going to have a lot of fun and about keeping independence and how they do. They're going to like play bingo. And then we have Nina LePayton. She's from Direct Hearing in West Bloomfield, and she's going to be talking on, her topic as it relates to hearing loss and how it, getting that her kind of help can help seniors maintain their freedom and independence in the month of July and going forward.
We're talking.
So yep.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just going to reintroduce you. Allan Mindell with us here on the MegaCast. He's a member of the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce with the National Realty Centers, but also very involved in supporting our seniors here in the West Bloomfield area. And I have to say, Allan, you were able to go to the event. It must have been a little bit emotional seeing some of the seniors being able to get together again in person after nearly a year apart.
Yes, it was. I really enjoyed it, and it's kind of as a real estate agent, I meet a lot of people, but the seniors hold a very special place for me, and I love to sit with them, talk to them, and engage in just about any fashion that I can. Which it was really nice to see them finally be able to in person and really kind of get involved. And as you were saying, the last year has been a struggle because our talk times have, a lot of them were canceled because, as you were saying, as far as the technology concerns, they maybe aren't quite comfortable with it, or they don't have the access.
And so many of them too. It's been such a tough year for so many of our seniors, and we need to honor them and share in their stories. They have amazing stories if we just take the time to sit down and listen. And if we can, I believe we have Heidi back. Heidi Russell, Senior Operations Coordinator over at the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Commission. Heidi, how are you doing? Do we have you back? Your signal's good?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
We can. Maybe
Yes.
if you just don't kind of move around. Typically when we talk with our hands, our signal goes out. But with that, Heidi, if I can ask you, tell us about some of the upcoming events as part of the senior resource group, and how can people register and get involved?
Yes, I am so sorry for the problem we've been having with my internet this morning. I hope that you'll be able to hear me now. I'm going to try to stay put and not move.
Oh no,
And
you're great. It's okay. It's okay. We've all experienced these technical difficulties. At least we're not in a school classroom or in a court of law like we've
That's right.
seen some of the viral videos this past year.
That's right. Well, unfortunately, I don't know exactly the conversation you've already had this morning with Allan, but we do have a July talk time coming up. And so we're very much looking forward to that one. The topic is going to be Declare Your Independence. And the date for that is Wednesday, July 21st. We have 3 different speakers. One is going to be a physical therapist from Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. We're also going to have the Barb Kraus from the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, and they're going to be doing a trivia and bingo with Historical Society trivia. And then we're going to have Nina Lopayton from Direct Hearing talking about Hear the Cheer of Freedom. So we're looking forward to that. But participants can either go online at wbparks.org to register, or they can also call our office, which is at West Bloomfield Parks, 248-451-1900 to register.
So Heidi, if I can ask you, are these going to be all in person, or are you also going to try to do maybe a hybrid for the next few months? And we seem to have lost Heidi once again.
Ronnie, it's going to be in person.
It's going to be
And
in
I
person.
don't,
Okay, great.
yeah, up to this point, I don't know if the West Bloomfield Parks has the capability of doing the hybrid in the tent. So yeah, it's going to be in person. There's not going to be any hybrid.
But the seniors, Allan, what's been your experience in being able to talk with them? They want to get back in person, right?
They do.
Right now,
They
we are
do.
doing in-person programming outdoors at our tent at the.
Yeah, they definitely want to start getting back and engaging, and it was very obvious last week that they were so involved and so happy to be. I think only 2 people actually wore masks out of everybody that was there, but it was fine because that was comfortable for them.
Again, we're talking with Allan Mindell. He is a member of the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce and also a big supporter of our senior resource group, as well as Heidi Russell, Senior Operations Coordinator for the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Commission. We're having a few technical difficulties with Heidi, but we want to let everyone know that the senior resource group, they are continuing some programs in person right now. For anyone who wants to join, you can do so. Just go online to find out a little bit more information and to register as well. We want to say thank you to the 2 of you for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you too, Ronnie.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. I'm sorry about the
Thank
problem
you.
with my internet.
That's okay. It happens to all of us. But even more so importantly, thank you for supporting their seniors here in our community. It's been a very difficult year and a half for so many of our seniors, and your support has meant a great deal to them throughout the past year. So thank you to the both of you.